Have you ever had that feeling? It's so frustrating. You can read English, you get what's happening in movies, you can follow along with the conversation just fine, but then when it's your turn to talk, poof, your mind just goes completely blank. If that sounds like you, you're not alone. It's a super common paradox, and we're about to break down exactly why it happens, and more importantly, how you can fix it. Does this hit close to home? This is probably the number one thing I hear from English learners. But listen, if you've ever thought this, I want you to know something. You're not failing, not at all. You're actually right on the edge of a major breakthrough. Okay, let's get one thing crystal clear right now. Your ability to speak English has absolutely nothing to do with how smart you are. Seriously, the real issue, the thing that's holding you back, it just comes down to a few really common habits that we can totally fix. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to swap out those old, unhelpful habits with some new, much more powerful ways of thinking. So where do we start? Well, the first, and honestly the biggest hurdle isn't your grammar book or your vocabulary list. It's that little voice inside your head. You know the one, that inner critic. Let's deal with that guy first. So many of us are just paralyzed by this one fear. What if I mess up? What if people laugh at me? That's the old habit. The new mindset is actually pretty simple. Mistakes are not just okay, they're essential. They're how you learn. Think about it. Every single fluent speaker you look up to has made thousands and thousands of mistakes to get there. It's time to start embracing them. Let's really think about what matters when you're talking to someone. Is it perfect grammar? Rarely. The real goal is just clear communication. And you know what that's built on? Confidence. People will totally understand you, even with a few little errors, as long as you say it with some conviction. Oh, this is such a classic trap. This feeling that you have to be a grammar expert, that you need to know every single rule before you're allowed to speak. The new mindset? Just start. Start today, right now, with the words you already know. Simple sentences like, I am learning English, are perfect. They're the literal building blocks of fluency. Okay, so once we've got our head in the right space, how do we turn that positive mindset into actual, real-world action? Well, let's dive into the effective daily habits that are going to genuinely transform your speaking skills. You know, the biggest speed bump for so many learners is translating everything in their head first. The way around this is to practice thinking directly in English, and it's easier than it sounds. Start really small. Just narrate your life in your head with simple thoughts. I am hungry. I am walking. I am opening the door. Just trust the process. Your brain is amazing, and it'll start to build those direct connections all on its own. Come on, we've all done this, right? We cram for like 3 hours on a Sunday, and then we do absolutely nothing for the rest of the week. That's the old way. The new mindset is all about consistency. Seriously, a little bit of practice every single day is so much more powerful than a ton of practice every once in a while. And look, this doesn't have to be some huge, life-changing commitment. We're talking about 15 minutes a day. That's it. That tiny, consistent slice of your day is the engine that's going to build both your skill and your confidence. Anybody can find 15 minutes. Now, here's a habit that is so important, but it gets overlooked all the time. We tend to focus only on speaking, on output, but the new mindset understands that great speaking actually starts with great listening. When you actively listen to English every day, you tune your ear to the natural sound, the rhythm, the pronunciation of the language. It's kind of like learning the music before you try to sing the song. All right, we've covered the mindset, we've covered the daily habits. Now for the last piece of the puzzle. Fine-tuning your actual delivery. These are small tweaks, but man, they can have a massive impact on how you sound and how you feel when you speak. You know, there's this temptation to try and sound smart by using these big, complicated words. But here's the thing. Language isn't about showing off. It's about being understood. The new mindset is to embrace simple, clear words. They're your most powerful and effective tools for getting your point across. It's a common myth that speaking fast means you're fluent. It doesn't. In fact, when you rush, you usually make more mistakes, and it actually makes you harder for people to understand. The new mindset is simple. Slow down. Speaking slowly and clearly is a sign of confidence and control. It gives your brain a second to think, and your mouth time to form the words right. And finally, you gotta remember that language is interactive. It's a two-way street. Practicing only inside your own head is just so limiting. The new mindset is to find ways to actually speak out loud. Find a friend, join a language group, or hey, even just talk to yourself in the mirror. The physical act of saying the words is absolutely critical. It makes all the difference. Okay, so let's bring this all home.
When you start replacing these old habits with these new mindsets, what you're really doing is creating a clear, doable plan for yourself, a path that takes you from just understanding English to actually speaking it with real confidence. If you take away just one single thing from all this, let it be this mantra. Seriously, think of this as your new code, your new operating system. Speak daily. Think in English. Listen more. Fear less. And above all, practice more. That's the whole strategy, right there on one screen. And that pretty much brings us to the end. The theory part is over. Now it's all about action. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait until you feel ready, because you'll be waiting forever. The question is really simple. What is the very first simple English sentence you are going to say out loud today?